So if we were to optimize this factory flow, we would need another autoclave here, because it takes 2 days to process a single batch. So if we got 2, then we can do on average of 1 batch a day. For this one, you need to do the same. So that's another. So that's 2 autoclaves in total. Those things are expensive. Yeah. So I seem to be spending quite a lot of money on materials and processing here without actually selling products. To 11 plus 7. So agglomerated twice, evaporated once to get to the minimum. We already know about most of the side effects. We only know... Oh, okay, so... The side effects, you research them once they stay known. And all you need to research is basically the thing that changes. So that's the intermediary stage, or in this case the final stage. I suppose that speeds up research by a little bit. This is at the highest speed, right? I think this game could do with another extra level of speed beyond this. I could double the speed once more or something. But there's a lot of waiting. At least for a mission like this, where you're working towards a preset goal rather than just doing whatever works in an organic fashion. So as a sort of beta feedback, I think that's one of the avenues that the game could be improved upon. They have an ADHD helper, that's all very nice for them. Wow, plus 500 for the medicine value, that's a lot. Did we research? Yes, cool. Okay. Taking this one out again, since we don't actually need it. Then this way we can just build up a surplus. So, perfect is 12. 4 to 12, that's plus 8. So that's 2 times plus 3 and 2 times plus 2. We need a bit of cash again, so let's work on that. This one is just gonna stabilize. Let's see, these things decrease concentration. Yeah, we want to increase it, so I'm just gonna sell these for cash. So agglomerate twice and evaporate twice. So this leads nicely around the corner. Or we could just hook it up straight. And this one makes another bend that way. Okay, so I think we can do some clever combination of different machines. So this is one step. Let's evaporate it. So this is a +4 in total. Oh, this is going to be very tightly packed. Let's assume we deliver it as a creamer. We need a huge boatload of cash for that. Okay, we agglomerate. Okay, so if we leave this section free, that leads it around the corners. Better to evaporate it first, yeah, because then we point it that way. It doesn't really matter, because then we need to send it out. Okay, actually that works decently well. Ah, cool. We have enough for the creamer. Let's start with that, then we can just work around that. So this one can't actually make a partial turn, needs to be a full turn already. So like that. So if you evaporate it, so Tetris-like. So if we end it like that, then we can just connect some belts to the end. Do it like that. That could also work. Yeah, this is probably gonna work better even. Almost good enough. Yeah. Hook that one up. Sell that one for cash. This was the heavy duty one, so all we need is the basic one, the evaporator. Ah, it bent slightly different. Okay, nothing to worry. Connect it this way, connect this that way. Holy moly. That's a very curvy way to make medicine. Well, we have a new product. The nibble beater. Wait, what? Early access. And we're making a boatload of money. And we're actually starting to spin up medicine production. Okay, so normally you produce 30 a month, 1 per day, but due to the slowdowns in the process, we're actually not making that. We're doing a quarter of that. It's not quite good, but on the upside we can autoclave medicine in a couple of places. Oof, yeah. Trying to think if we split this one and lead it around and then join again here, then we can get one step of the autoclaving done in parallel. is going to be an insanely long route. And we probably want to do it again there. Oh man. Okay, so we start with this part of the process. Then we need to duplicate these two if we want to feed into this. So if we take an autoclave and we split it off, like that. So that part is easy, we can just autoclave it. Then we evaporate like that. Cool. So we did this, basically just doubled the processing speed of the entire assembly line. Did it? No, actually it did not, because we still have the bottleneck. We solved half of the bottleneck. The other half of the bottleneck is there. Here we also need to put a autoclave in for this one. So if we were to actually, we could extend this one, these two here. Yeah. Then we have autoclave hell, so it needs to be set up this way. That's fine. So if we do it like that, connects up, yep. So then the input divides, which is all fine. Let's see, the raw output, it gets filtered into one of these things, into a dissolver. We can't feed it back in here because we're blocking it, so we need to dissolve it before we connect it back. Nope, that's an evaporator dissolver. Yeah. Oh, this one has a similar input horror as the other one. So either we do it like this. If we want to get it out that way, that's not gonna be really joyful. This can work. Yeah, this can work. So we take it out, we connect it up, and then we connect it up here. And then we just have this one feeding into this loop, and we have that one feeding into that loop. We don't actually need to link this. We have just this one just standing here. Okay, I guess it's not aware. So it always looks weird if there's weird ends sticking out. Okay, and with all this extra engineering and taking up half of the factory floor, we should now be producing 30 a month of the nibble beater. We sell 15 a month. Okay. Feels like the game is starting to lag a little bit. It shouldn't be my machine. This is pretty high-end machine. I think the game's been going on for too long and it's just leaking memory or doing something interesting that causes performance to degrade like this. Holy moly. Well, we got a whole bunch of science points. Let's spend those. Actually, in the big scheme of things, 10 is not a lot. I think we're using the evaporator and agglomerator quite a lot this game. And the autoclave, yes. Upgrade that one as well. Yeah, I have to double click now to actually get it to stick. This is not going quite as planned. It's weird, I didn't have this in previous games, so what's different? The autoclave, that's the only thing I think that's different, because I've had production of factories on larger scales. I mean, the previous game actually had a second building. But I think the autoclaves are a new thing for me for this factory. Because I've done pills before, I've done creamers before, I've done all these, the regular buildings, so to say. But we're almost there. Halfway. Is there any change now in the production speed? Yeah, now we got all 30, so I just needed some time to catch up. So the final product is not a lot of downsides. We could potentially cryo remove this, but yeah, increases costs. And we don't have to cryo. I think we have a bunch of points. Yep, 4 and 8. Cool. So we get our raw material value to go down a little bit, though in the bigger scheme of things that doesn't really matter a lot. But this is just pure profit. So this is a single level 3 medicine that's taking up half of the factory floor now. In hindsight, I'm happy I just kept 2 very small things in the other corners. Wait. Ah, we're making a very small profit on these, even though they're perfect. That's because the green stuff raw material value is high. Wow. Oh, we are making pills out of them. Okay, 228. That's 3/4 of the way there. So all we need 18 months. That should be doable. I mean, we are about 60 away, so that's 2 months and a little bit. So it's now July, it's August, end of September. And that actually has an A rating. That's not bad. Okay, it's B rating now. Very thinking. We got 250 administered, just under 100 that actually worked. So that's less than 40% effectiveness. That shouldn't get an A rating. Let's see, we're not making these anymore. huge hoard of cash. And this current rate, just going for the factory. There's no point in actually building anything else anymore. Okay, so this was a rather long playthrough. I think I went for about an hour and a half or so. Yeah, the performance degradation I'm not keen on. So I think I'm gonna hold off playing more until the next beta release where that's fixed, because if the game doesn't respond, then that takes a lot of the fun out. Hey, and we won. We got the objective done. Cool. I mean, as I say, I've got a very beefy machine. So this should not be an issue with my system, because otherwise people with regular machines or playing on a laptop, they will not be able to do anything useful with it. And here it's fluent again, so it's just something with the game. So yeah, so to recap, lost my appetite. Having to supply a certain number of a specific treatment. It's a nice challenge. I mean, from a challenge point of view, it was indeed a challenge, and I did manage to do it. And if I were so inclined, I could indeed, you know, see if I could improve it, do it, get the second tier achievement, and then see if I could get the master tier achievement. So this is definitely challenging, but I don't know, I think I had more fun just trying to get the total revenue playing my way rather than doing it like this. And while I do enjoy puzzle elements, I don't know, this felt more like a struggle than an actual brain teaser, so to say. There was a lot of waiting and just basically following the dependency tree backwards in order to basically predict the optimal solution and then just implement it and wait for it. So maybe an extra speed up button might help to just slog through, because taking an hour and a half for this, not quite sure if that's the way to go. It feels a bit too long for such a basic mission, basically. Okay, so that's enough of my my rambling and my comment on this one. So with that, I thank you for watching. If you actually made it this far, you obviously either enjoyed it or you are the developer. In that case, hi Tim, thank you for watching. I do enjoy the game. There is potential in it. For a beta. No, it's pretty stable. There's the slowdown bug. That's yeah, that bit of an annoyance. But other than that, it feels pretty good already. So keep improving, keep tuning. And with that, I thank you for watching, and see you next time.